Let's see. Last night I did good on stream. The last game I did good on stream. Took out a couple tryhards that I'm 110% like I'm 100% proud of, like the way that I feel like the sooner they get rid of the mythic weapons, as much as I hate for them to see them go, the greater any other thing would have been. People are trying to sue Fortnite for dances and stuff like that. You know, basically trying to say intellectual property fraud and stuff, certain stuff like that. But I don't feel like you can trademark a dance like that. And there's so many loopholes and certain stuff where you're not gonna see a payout. Honestly, anybody can get sued if we're being completely honest. But the thing is, a lot of, like, especially like Fortnite has access to the best lawyers and stuff available pretty much. But there's probably so many lawsuits of Fortnite that we don't know about that, you know, I feel like the lesser ones are just gonna get out there. I think Fortnite could have stole some ideas and something for a game or a developer. They have sued some people for telling too much about the former employees, about telling what's going to happen with the season, disgruntled employees. And majority of the time, they have people sign NDAs and stuff like that for games. Where if you're working behind the scenes, behind games, you are not allowed to talk about that. I know someone kept on talking, well, I was watching something earlier, and he was talking about how games and stuff are getting terrible, like not franchise, like the franchise itself is going downhill. Oh my god. Oh, it's BS, but back to what I'm saying. I mean, I just don't like landing places like that. I mean, I'm not bad at this game, but I just don't like. I was already low health, and then that happened. That guy shot me. It's whatever, but back to what I'm saying about the franchise. Like a franchise, we see a lot of movies, then we see a lot of reboots. I think Mortal Kombat is a great example of what went wrong, but at the same time, they had to get picked up by somebody, because before it was Midway Games, so it's just its own standalone thing. And then the title, Warner Brothers picked it up. You know, Warner Brothers is a huge thing. The same people Time Warner, pretty much. They're their own filming studio and stuff like that, so they got the rights. So it's not really surprising that they're making Mortal Kombat and stuff into an actual script. I don't know if I'll actually see the film. It's supposed to be directed by James Wan, the guy behind the Saw series. He's supposed to be directing it. And I don't know. I remember someone also was talking about the films, how, you know, I guess a filming company went bankrupt. I don't know, because I was watching this review of the new Chucky film, how it was just terrible. People say it was terrible, and the actual director and the script, like the first one who actually owns the rights to Chucky, did not want it to be rebooted and made into something that obviously was, I wouldn't say it was bad, but really wasn't. I just tried to get somebody's viewpoint on it. Yeah, it was rather interesting, but I know a lot of films and certain stuff, like, I find it hard to believe that films that people were really making $300 million, you know, films with a budget of $300 million. And now since coronavirus and stuff came out, you know, these movies and stuff are not going to be blockbusters. They're going to be sitting around for a couple years, I do believe. And if that doesn't do it, then I think there's another thing that's coming that people, unforeseen events that I'm pretty much going to touch on it now. It's like the Writers Guild. Some of them people going to go on strike. I can almost guarantee it. I can almost guarantee it, because it's always been a thing where people are not getting fairly compensated. You know, the voice actors and stuff not getting jobs. They're getting laid off, or the stuff is saturated. But back to what I'm saying, I think a lot of businesses and corporations, especially these companies, are really sitting out here with money out there, and all these, I don't even say like grand stuff, like, but it don't make that much sense. You spend their money to a certain extent, you have it, but some like films and franchise stuff, it's not gonna go that well. I mean, there's certain reboots and stuff that shouldn't have happened. Like, I mean, the Spider-Man films, they weren't that bad, but it wasn't that good. Like, Spider-Man went through a definite change. Now, I honestly can say that it really wasn't all that. The film itself wasn't all that, but at the same time and point, it was in like developmental hell. Basically, that means that they had scripts, a number of scripts, and then only the companies and stuff went with one. After a period of time, they deliberated. There's a lot of scripts for films. They, like, a lot of films could be supposedly good or bad, pretty much, and they just keep on writing scripts and trying to find the one that fits the, I guess, the plan of people. Whoa. How? 215 ping. It's because I'm streaming. And this coronavirus, bro. Everybody at home. And then everybody, the thing about my internet is everybody in my neighborhood was on AT&T Uverse. And now we're on Spectrum. And Spectrum is trash, too. All the internet companies are trash. The infrastructure they have is pretty bad. We're gonna play a couple more games. Got a lot of V-Bucks here. I'm saving up for the the new battle pass, so I get my V-Bucks back. And so I don't have to play that much. I remember movies that's supposed to come out that were hyped up, like the Candyman reboot. I was actually looking forward to. I'm not really that big of a horror fan and stuff like that. I don't like horror movies like that, but I mean, I watched Candyman recently. I had to watch that for film class I was taking in school. That was decent. You know, we had to explore all genres of horror and stuff like that. We studied, you know, directors. We talked about a few directors and what made the stuff so good. We talked about a lot of stuff, like film. Something you wouldn't even think about a film. Like when you see all the high angles, they're actually trying to show you what the character's feeling and stuff like that. You talked about Nosferatu, just basically German style of filming, technique, stuff like that. I mean, it's cool. Talked about literature and different films and stuff like that. Themes, buildings, romance, basic coming of age, stuff like that, and romance. Really interesting though. But out of all the stuff that I think I could possibly do, really, I don't know, man. Like most of the days, like when I'm at school, it just really, to me, I'll be just trying to like get out of school. If that makes any sense. Cause I think school, at a point, in all honesty, once you place, like, not play, but once you get to a point with school, you just keep going up and up. The difficulty of classes definitely goes up. I think next semester I'm about to take statistics, microeconomics, and statistics and business calc. That's a whole lot, but I mean, I don't think it'll be that difficult, relatively speaking, if I pay not even say pay attention, but if I'm doing good and then there's a good rapport on the professors and stuff like that. I don't think it's possible for me, you know, to really go downhill in some of those classes, just because if you have people who can explain concepts and have a personality and can do what they need to do in regards to like, you know, getting the curriculum in within the 50 minutes. Because I had an algebra professor, I took him like first semester, I got an A with him. He was so, the next semester I took him for another thing like algebra and trade. Bruh, that man was terrible. He was terrible. Some people got the concepts, but what he would do was he didn't go off the syllabus. Professors and stuff don't have to go by the syllabus, even though you can they get in some trouble because they have to follow what the department chair and stuff says about, you know, the particular discipline and stuff like that. So, well, all things considered, I think there's a lot of stuff that really shouldn't be that difficult for people to get, like information. Some dumb stuff that I think that's happened, that's transpired during, like, basically throughout the whole situation, was the fact that you could spend $300 or more on textbook, or just on one textbook. It just depends. But I know it's like $250. Some of the stuff could be easily 250. One of my biggest issues, I think, especially with games, like, I mean, I don't really feel like I should even spend a good $60 on any future games or pre-ordering games it is coming out. I think, like, right now I have probably like a good $140. And I think when whenever like comes August, I'm gonna try to go ahead and pre-order my PS5. I got a good amount of money coming in. I'm gonna try to just pre-order my PS5 so I can get it. You know, people talking about their girlfriends getting them a PS5 and stuff like that. I mean, nah. Girlfriend buying a PS5, that's cool. It's really tough. I rock with it, but I can't say I'm 110% like, oh yeah, I need to give me a girlfriend so I can get me a PS5. Because I mean, a lot of people be doing too much and they're not together no more. I mean, I understand that stuff happens, but the way social media and stuff go, like, people broadcasting their relationship and stuff like that, and then people talk about real couple goals and all this foolishness. Then, you know, months later, these people not together no more. And the ends of the train wreck. And then you ask these people what happened. Just don't getting along. And I feel like a lot of people, there's like a good phase where a lot of people in relationships go in. You get the honeymoon phase, and then they just like the relationship gets old and stagnant. I mean, it's interesting. And another thing, I don't know. Some females want to be chased. 100%. I'm not against that, stuff like that, but I know females want people to like dudes to be consistent. You know, match the same energy and stuff like that. I mean, that's cool, whatever, but I don't know. Sometimes I think another issue that I feel like people got, especially when they get in relationships, is that just by doing something, or just how things transpire, is a recipe for people not to be on the same page. You know, if I'm sitting up here, you know, not communicating or something like that, I'm not doing what I need to do from a perspective of, well, at least both people. You know, I think finance is a good deal breaker between people when they get married and stuff like that. So if you're not really managing your money well, or you got gambling and alcohol issues and stuff like that, and you're sitting up here clearing out bank accounts and stuff like that, and making bad business deals, I mean, that's pretty much a grounds for divorce. I can see it. But I mean, it's really I would say it's a, like, I don't really try to get in people's like business like that. I never ask them questions about why it happened. But I think it's rather corny when, you know, I feel like sometimes it's better not to be in a relationship and you know you ain't got yourself together. Like, you should be working on yourself, and then like I know, like, maturity is like, what you call it, I know a whole lot of people think I'm the most mature person ever. I'm at school, but I'm not. Like, sometimes I really don't care to be at school, if that makes any sense. It's not something I think my TV's going, something going wrong with my TV. Cause it just blanked out on me. This is a horrible spot. I might just play solos. And I lied too. I didn't even see nothing that's going on because my TV just, what you call it, went blank. I mean, I could stream some 2K. True. But you gotta think about the perspective about 2K. 2K every year has been, it hasn't been bad. It hasn't been bad from a perspective. 2K has definitely done some stuff that doesn't make any sense. Like, relatively speaking. Like, let's just think about what 2K has done. So from a perspective, what 2K has done, in my opinion, what they have done is that they have really, there's really nobody creative on there to a point where I feel like they can pitch certain ideas. Like, for instance, if I'm supposed to be, you know, a creative director, or I have different people, I know they have like a board, they vote off on certain stuff, but 2K has gotten consistently worse. 2K20 support 2K19, 2K18, 2K19 is what 2K18 should have been. 2K20 addressed some of the OP stuff that should have been taken out the game a long time ago. And the dimensions of the court are a little bit wider and a little bit shorter. Like on the twos, it's a little bit shorter. And you can't dex people anymore. Terrible. But back to what I'm saying about the whole fiasco of certain stuff. My internet connection's ass. Oh my god. What? I'm fucking done. If I lose one more game, I'm gonna just have to stop streaming and just start playing. But I'm trying to stream to try to be more consistent, but that's besides the point. And my internet is fucking terrible right now. And I just saw it that somebody, a dumbass, and hit like one of the power lines and stuff like that. People just do some stupid shit, man. And the internet and stuff, I'm kind of glad that it didn't hit, but it hit a line that's kind of close to my house in the surrounding area, and then the people don't have, you know, power and stuff like that, and it's just stupid. But besides the point, I think a lot of games and stuff like that, I don't think that like The Last of Us is going to get a game of the year. I was thinking about pre-ordering it, but then again, I don't know. I'm not really with the pre-order stuff anymore. They talk about the pre-order bonus. The bonuses and stuff, that's how they get you. Is when they want you to pre-order stuff. You already get the pre-order stuff and all that. But the game that I think I'm disappointed in the most, and I don't understand how... Well, it's kind of both games, in a sense. It's GTA and Red Dead Redemption. There is no reason for Red Dead Redemption to been out for 2 years, and then at a point where it's not even... The creative directors and this amount of people. I don't really 100% don't know who this person is. I 100% don't exactly know who that is, but besides the point, do I think games and stuff could be better than what they are now? I don't think games should be necessarily dropping for 65. Oh my god, man! Fuck. Get my ass whooped. That's bullshit, man. Fuck. I'm getting my ass whooped the last couple games, and it doesn't help because of lag. I've been getting kills, and then I get killed. Going to all these different spots I don't like. remember when people kept on talking about these plants and stuff like that too, especially in college, talking about how these jobs, some of my professors talk about Reagan adding jobs and stuff like that. Stuff was American made. It was the best. You know, working 35 years in a factory, who the hell is doing that? I know I'm not. Especially if you talking about working for Amazon. You don't know what type of stuff that Amazon could be have going on. People could be working 10 hours in conditions, especially in factories, on like days like today. It could be 90 outside, but it could be up to 130 degrees inside the actual place. You don't really have that many breaks and stuff like that. You don't even have adequate time to probably go to the bathroom at Amazon. But I feel like there's just aspects of, I guess, the workforce. You know, all these net jobs, you hear people talking about, oh, we added 125,000 jobs. Some of these jobs are not good. You think about it, 35 years on your feet and on your back. So someone was working when they were 20 at a factory and stuff like that, and they're 50. I don't even want to think about the amount of back problems and stuff they gonna have. It's not a good job. When you think about an L5, man, what the fuck, man? I'm fucking done. I don't play one more of this shit. I keep on fucking dying. If not this, like, if I don't do that well, I might just go Mortal Kombat and just practice combos. Learning Johnny Cage on my own time and stuff like that. Trying to, like, figure stuff out. But I might play until this, this thing comes on. The 17 minutes. Besides the point. One of the biggest issues I think a lot of games and stuff have is that the full price, like Fortnite is good right now. They don't really have to do that much. And if they were to go a full game, the game cannot be updated. Fortnite is still in a beta, early access. You see, it's not the full game because Save the World is not done. And it will be free. Fortnite, the real reason why it's still free right now and it's pretty successful is because if they made this a full game right now, they would spend a lot more money on patches and stuff like that. And they would have more developers and different programmers and stuff out to make it. And then they won't be able to release patches and stuff at I'd say a turnaround time. This patches have to be submitted to PlayStation like for a while, so the update and stuff can go live. But it's interesting, man. Risky rails. So I don't think I'm lagging that much anymore. Teammate got clapped. When someone asked me honestly how I felt about games and stuff like with the 65, like I said, there's a lot of games that I invested plenty of money in. I just think that they just need some balance in it, like some serious balance in. And the games and stuff were not a finished product when they released it, and it's not being supported as much. Like Modern Warfare is probably one of the worst games I think I done paid full price for. I still think I'm pretty decent at it. I got a 1.4 KD, but it's not fun. I didn't get loot. I'm not really worried about the storm. I get my shit and go, but besides the point. I can't fight if I don't have good amount of loot and stuff like that. I fought two dudes. Came out on top. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Green. I still think about people talking about jobs. Like most jobs are not gonna pay you $1 million. Like you're gonna have to find like an innovative way to like make a business or something like that to make something more a simplified version of whatever that you're trying to do. So if I was IT or something like that, I have to come from I have to come up with an innovative way and learn how to market my products at a point where it's like, it's good. Yeah, that was third party happy. So I can't even really be mad at that one. I might play duos, but then again, I'm not sure. Duos is a little bit more manageable than squads. I remember when they dumbed down duos, not duos, but squads for a week. And you actually face people based on your actual skill level. So, that bread tasted so nasty for dinner. Oh, tonight, that was nasty. You know what it tastes like, bread? It tastes like one of them, it tastes like the cream and stuff from one of them, sugar cookies. You know the sugar cookies, the nasty aftertaste of them junks have, like the icing? This is exactly what that bread tasted like. Loads food. Oh yeah. Let's see if we want to go there.
Oh, you do. Hello?
Hello.
Hold on. That's how you sound, man. Oh, dang, look. Do you see someone?
Yep.
His teammates coming? Someone around there, get him. There we go. Someone's coming. Ouch. You just see you, man. There we go. Oh, I those guys so bad, I don't know why.
Where are you going? Oh,
Can drop, yeah. Oh my, purple pump.
I'm coming. Oh wait, the worst spot, not real clear.
Do you have the key card?
About to find TNT or somewhere around here.
Oh, I
One of
think
these
I
houses.
just did it for her.
She's at one of these houses.
I think she's here. Oh, the helicopter.
There's people behind us. I know in front of us now. GG.
GG to you, man.
It's like the female version of Night Wolf. That's the Sean skin. If Sean was on, I'd be on. But it's probably the end of the stream, y'all. Peace.